The story of the United States begins long before the nation itself. For thousands of years, indigenous peoples thrived across the land, from the mound builders of the Mississippi Valley to the powerful empires of the Southwest. Hundreds of tribes lived with diverse cultures, languages, and trade networks long before Europeans arrived. In 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed west, sparking centuries of exploration. By the early 1600s, Europeans began establishing colonies. The English founded Jamestown in 1607, the first permanent settlement, while the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth in 1620. Over the next century, 13 colonies grew along the Atlantic coast, blending European settlers, enslaved Africans, and native peoples, often through conflict and displacement. By the mid-17th century, tension grew between the colonies and Britain. High taxes, like the infamous Stamp Act, and the lack of colonial representation in Parliament fueled anger. In 1776, the colonies declared independence through Thomas Jefferson's Declaration, sparking the American Revolution. Against the odds, the colonies, led by figures like George Washington, defeated the mighty British Empire. In 1783, America was officially recognized as an independent nation. The young republic faced challenges. In 1787, the Constitution was written, establishing a system of checks and balances and a Bill of Rights to protect freedoms. The early years saw growth, but also deep divisions over slavery, states' rights, and expansion. In 1803, President Jefferson purchased the Louisiana Territory, doubling the size of the country. By the mid-1800s, pioneers moved westward in search of land, gold, and opportunity, often at great cost to Native American tribes who were forced from their lands. But the greatest conflict came over slavery. In 1861, the nation split when Southern states seceded, forming the Confederacy. The Civil War that followed was the deadliest conflict in U.S. history. After 4 brutal years, the Union, led by Abraham Lincoln, prevailed. Slavery was abolished through the 13th Amendment, but racial struggles continued long after the war. The late 1800s saw rapid industrialization. Railroads connected the nation, immigrants poured in from Europe and Asia, and cities boomed. The U.S. emerged as a rising power. By 1898, after the Spanish-American War, America gained overseas territories like Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Philippines. The 20th century transformed the United States into a global leader. In World War I, the U.S. helped tip the balance toward victory. The 1920s brought jazz, cars, and cultural change, but ended with the Great Depression of the 1930s. Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal sought recovery, while World War II soon reshaped everything. After Pearl Harbor in 1941, the U.S. joined the Allies, and by 1945, America stood as one of the world's 2 superpowers, alongside the Soviet Union. The Cold War defined the next decades. The U.S. faced the spread of communism abroad and struggles for civil rights at home. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. pushed for equality, ending legal segregation but leaving work still unfinished. Meanwhile, the space race, Vietnam War, and cultural revolutions of the 1960s changed American life. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed, leaving the U.S. as the sole superpower. The 1990s saw economic growth, the rise of the Internet, and America's influence spreading globally. But the 21st century brought new challenges. The September 11th, 2001 attacks reshaped U.S. foreign policy, leading to wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. The Great Recession of 2008 tested the economy, while social and political divisions deepened. In recent years, America has faced debates over race, immigration, technology, climate change, and its role in the world. Yet, it remains one of the most powerful and influential nations on Earth, known for its innovations, freedoms, and struggles to live up to its founding ideals. From native civilizations to modern superpower, the history of the United States is a story of ambition, conflict, and constant change. A journey that continues to shape not only one nation, but the entire world.